Hytale is a MMORPG, specifically a theme park MMORPG. Games like World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2 have similarities to Hytale, in which they all have the aspect of magic. Magic is very important in MMORPGs because they show that it is a different world with endless opportunities. And Hytale has shown many ways that they will provide those opportunities. This video will explore what has been seen and what Hypixel Studios has done. Hytale Magic has been very elusive, but also very seen. We've seen magic in the first clip from the trailer 2 years ago, where we see an ice mage with a staff. You've also seen concept arts of staffs, wands, and runic swords, and also different magical swords. There's assumptions that there would be different magical items such as magical bows, magical more, There's also been seen spell books and mana potions. Here we see 3 spell books, a purple one, a skull one, and a golden brown one. We've seen the purple one, I assume, but it could be very different. The potion is what I seem to be a mana potion, but it could also be something else. We also could see where you could possibly find them, where it says Howling Sands runes in the top right corner. It also tells you as a quest to defeat the skeletons, but that's not really that important. We also seen spells and ruins, where we've seen a clip of 2 developers going through a dungeon and exploring what they can find. And here we see that purple spellbook we were talking about before. We also see a new area called Emerald Grove Ruins, where Emerald Grove is probably the area and this is the ruins. A different aspect of magic we've seen is a different element to the staffs we've seen, like in the beginning of the Hytale trailer. We see it in when they're finishing the dungeon in the trailer, and also where we see the different houses they're building, where we can see the fire girl in the background. Another tool we've seen is a fire sword, or we could also think of it as a runic sword. We also seen different views of it. When in the clip where they're doing the dungeon, we see them pull it out, and we can see them guarding and having the flare effect. We also see it in the tooltips section, and also when we look at the inventories of a player. We can see that it has different rarities, and this one specifically having a very rare or epic rarity. We can also go up and see the crafting table, which potentially can talk about crafting these magical items and how different ways of getting them. There's also a stat system where we can see health boost, mana boost, defense, attack damage, arrow damage, and magic damage, potentially. Here we have extra scenes of where magic potentially is, like runic swords. We also see ice magic, which we have seen many times, including the trailer. Here we see a mob using it, and in the end we see an elf mage using ice magic. We also see skeletons having magic in this concept art, and also in game. So magic drops are definitely happening. We also have to talk about runes and land points, more known as points of interest. These runes will probably play a part in the lore and also in where and how we find these items. We go see these points of interest where we have seen gameplay and screenshots. We also can see portal dungeons, which we haven't seen any gameplay of, but it's safe to say that these will probably be in game. So this is one of those set areas where you can find those elements. Another type of magic we've seen is, you see in the chork of this concept art, is a shamak. A shamak is very different to regular magic, so it could be very interesting in what it does. And finally, we have the darkest form, of which magic comes in the most corrupt and fouling version. But this is void. Void Hytale. I hope that you like and subscribe and hit that bell. Thank you for watching. Void out.